best way to describe it, I think, is like it's got a lot of grow garden kind of style. Plants vs. Brain Rots, basically like, well, minus the attacking in Plants vs. Brain Rots, just the planting part. See, I started in Plants vs. Brain Rots, and then moved over to Grow Garden, and now I'm into this one. And what I liked was just the growing aspect of Plants vs. Brain Rots, which brought me to Grow Garden, but I felt like that wasn't really fully what I wanted, and I had a good setup in that, so I kind of plateaued a bit. So now I'm in this one, and the progression seems really good. I have I'm pretty much in the near end game. I can keep the shrine going. I got a really good squad, so we can always keep the time surge up. And I'm going to go through and explain all this. So basically, what you do is everything involves a tile and a tree, and I'll go through the basics first of how it works. Switch to a plot that I actually have some space on. So basically you start, and all of this is like these brown kind of tiles that you can see here on the edge. What you do is you go to the store, you buy tiles to place on the ground. They add a boost multiplier, which trees go on top of, which determines how fast your trees grow, and also how they produce, which you can see here. It will tell you what they produce, what size it is, and how often. Um, so it says every 85 seconds, but you'll notice that it actually continuously gets bigger as time goes off. That is just an average. So it'll basically 34.7 kilograms are added to this purple orb every 85.9 seconds, but that is a continuous tick that's going up. So I'm going to place, we'll just pretend we're brand new. So you start off with some money, go to the store. This is Ben. He's going to be attacking your wallet. I'm going to buy just a soft soil tile. And I'm going to buy a fresh grass tile just to show you something. For seeds, there's 2 truffula trees, so we're going to buy those. And then we go back to our forest. And I got some space up front here. What we're going to do is close my chat. You go to build mode, and as you can see, I have all sorts of different tiles here, all the way to the illustrious tile. And in a later video, I can do a tile breakdown. This is just the basics of how the mechanics work in this game. So no, I don't want to place that. I want to play this. So here's a regular dirt tile. Here's a regular grass tile. So you can kind of like mix and match in design. Now, in my inventory, I should have seeds. As you can see, I have all sorts of different ones. What we're looking for is the 2 truffula trees that we just bought. And I'm blind. Oh, they're already on my bear. That's why I can't find them. So you can hold all sorts of different inventory types, harvests, boosts, and we'll go through all that. But seeds here, and you can upgrade your inventory over here. By pressing this, I'm already at max level. So I'm going to press and equip this tree. And as you can see, I'm playing on PC right now. I also play on Xbox, so you'll see some streaming where I'm playing on Xbox as well. So it'll be a mix between console players and PC players for this content. I'm going to place this truffula tree down right here. All right, as you can see, it's going to take a minute. Oh, I got to go buy those tiles. All right. So this is a beginner video, but I really want illustrious tiles, so oops. Scroll down. They're 500k each. They're very expensive, but they give a 75% boost. You will, as you progress, you will find trees that take up 4 tiles. And the way the boosts work with those is that it takes an average of the 4 tiles of the 4 boosts, and that's your boost output. So if you have 3 tiles at 75, and then you have, let's say, a rare soil at 25%, it'll take an average of the 4 tiles, and that's your output. So a low boost tile out of 4, if you have 3 good tiles and 1 low one, that can really drag your output. So you really want to keep, if you're going to use high level tiles, especially for 4 trees, it should take, they all should be high, just to get the most out of them. If you're mixing and matching low end tiles with high end tiles, you're going to really hurt your output. All right, go back to the forest. I think my tree should be growing by now. Oh, look, it is, and it's producing. So it's producing 1.3 kilogram yellow orb every 8.3 seconds. So right now that's an 8 kilogram orb, and that's 24 coins. Not very much, hey? So we're gonna plant another tree here, and this is a 20% boost on this tile. So I'm gonna wait another minute now for this to grow. I could pop a potion. Yeah, let's pop a potion. So you can, I'll go into these later, but right now I'm gonna just pop this quick 2x on my you know what? By the time I finish explaining this tree is going to be grown. So I'm going to save that. Save your potions. Do, do, do. And there's different boosts available as well. Right now, the mother tree is giving me a growth bonus. So the time is actually going a little faster. All right. So as you can see here, it says 1.4 kilograms every 9.5 seconds. And you have to ask, is like, are the trees different? Let's take a look. We can actually swap them. So I'm going to pick up this tree, and I'm going to pick up this tree, and I realized I'm not going to be able to tell the difference. Let's just see. One 1.4. Let's actually just destroy this one. So you can pick up with a spade, or you can actually just straight up sell it. $1.5 kilogram yellow orb every 8.3 seconds. So trees can actually come out with different outputs as their base. So it's going to be really hard to theorycraft a lot of this stuff. Ooh, golden rain. All right. So let's get rid of this stuff because I don't like it. Goodbye. And so that's the premise. You place the tile, and then you place the tree on top. It generates income. Those orbs give you like a. I gotta delete stuff because I gotta keep my space open. Orbs give you money. There's also fruit, like this is a golden acorn, for instance, that you can use to sell, or you can give to the mother tree to help boost the growth and harvest rates. Um, I will let you know that it is very difficult to keep the mother tree going when you, especially when you first start playing. That mechanic is reserved probably for like mid, late, and end game players before they can contribute to that in a meaningful way. Otherwise, you should just be straight up finding people who can help support the tree. Uh, do time searches when you can, and I'll get into those. And also, uh, finding those two, basically. Just making sure that you are finding, you got to find people who can help you grow, and you'll grow faster. So playing with friends is really helpful. I got really lucky and I went on the Discord and asked if anyone had a private server, and I ended up meeting someone, and now I have a whole group of new friends from this game, which is amazing. So I'm going to switch back to my money-making forests. You can have 3 slots. The first slot is 50 million or like 499 Robux. The third slot is 999 Robux. Ooh, crystal tile. Gotta buy that. You're always gonna have pop-ups for the higher tier tiles and trees. It's gonna let you know what's in the forest or what's for sale. So just keep mindful of that. And it also notifies you when things are resetting. Okay, so I bought those tiles. So I'm gonna just basically go through the layout. So the forests are up here. You can have up to 7 players on a server at any given time. And then there's this bridge comes to this little village with this giant tree and this fountain. And you're like, what is all this stuff? And Mother Tree just died. And the weather is cleared. And you have to ask, I am so confused. Well, I'm going to explain all of it to you. So first, this is Blossom. You will automatically teleport here if you press the sell button. She will buy all your fruit. So I will just give you an example. I will go to my forest. I'll pick up this thing that always blocks my sign, which is super annoying. So that was 1900 kilograms of an enchanted fruit. So that's going to be pretty good. You can ask how much, if you keep something in your hand, you're like, what's this item worth? It'll give you the kilograms and how much it's worth. So that's worth almost 2 million coins. So yeah, good money. You can sell you can ask what your entire inventory is worth. And apparently I have like 12 million worth of stuff. I should just double check to make sure I'm not selling anything dumb. Then I might want to give to the tree instead. Let's just put these two in the tree. I'll go into how I pick and choose what goes in the tree and what doesn't in a later video. And I've kind of shared some shorter content on TikTok and YouTube about uh, the sweet spot of donating fruit versus selling it. So as you can see, the tree is dead. 1 times growth, 1 times harvest. So I'm going to give it this acorn. Ooh, and it went right up to blazing. So now we're at a 2.6% or 2.6x growth and a 2x harvest. And you have to ask, well, what's this devotion bar? This is like I said, a later game mechanic. I'll get into it in a later video, but basically you get an item based on how much fruit you donate to the shrine. The RC packs with different trees in them, and it's based on this devotion bar. And so the higher the devotion, the bigger chance you have of getting an item, and then that resets to 0, and you go again. So the idea is that you want to be committing 1 item at a time. I'm going to use a smaller item now to try and trigger the devotion to get an item. And yeah, I got a seed. This circle comes up and then explodes. And then I got a flower tree seed pack. I'll open that just to show you. I have like a bunch of them, but so I got a flower tree, yellow. I don't really want that because I have limited space for seeds. I'm going to sell it and then I'm going to close that out. You can get all sorts of different types. There are maple seed packs, enchanted willow packs. They're very beautiful. And the best one is right now in this current edition is the rainbow seed pack. So you have a chance for a maple rainbow, enchanted willow, flower tree, or 1% chance for the Valentine Tarot, which is what everyone is currently going for. So I'm going to do a quick roll. I have one pack, and maybe we'll get lucky on camera. Maple rainbow. You know what? Love it. I find these very pretty. They're already in my forest, and I have one that's a little undergrown, so I might try and grow this one in hopes that it grows a little bigger. And that's just for aesthetic. It doesn't really, they don't really make a lot of money for me at this stage because I have the illustrious trees, but I'll just quickly teleport to my forest. As you can see, these green, they change color as time goes on. They're just very pretty. So I have them kind of interspersed throughout my forest, illustrious trees on each side, and then kind of like this is the back end is where my ancients are. Uh, and they are starting to take over. So soon this will be an all ancient forest. I'm not sure. But I also illustrious trees are really really good, and I think I'm growing a couple in the back here too. But to go back, so you have Blossom. She sells stuff. You sell her stuff to her. This is Ben. You can get here by pressing the buy button. This one right here. So he sells trees, and they restock every couple of minutes. You generally have lots of commons you can buy, a few, and like maybe a few rares, and then they get progressively rarer. Uh, but you'll get announcements for legendaries, for mythicals, for enchanted, and for ancients. Um, just to show you a range of how much trees cost, the Comfort Mabel is 65 million currently, and now we're looking. We might just get a restock. Who knows? We might get lucky and get something to demonstrate. Nope. So we didn't get any refresh. So yeah, like a lot of it can be a waiting game sometimes. You got to be aggressive with the stores when you see something pop and you want it, especially if you're like trying to upgrade into legendary tiers or mythical or trying to break out of mythical and into enchanted. Making sure you have enough money for these items because enchanteds can be anywhere from 750,000 to 10 million in price. So you want to make sure you always have money available for those random pops. Ben also sells tiles. So the tiles work on a similar structure. You can buy them. The rares usually have a couple. There's anywhere from 2 to 10 soft soils at any given time. So if you need to fill something out real quick, it really helps. Then you get into the legendary ones. And you won't get a notification for legendary tiles, but you'll get a notification for mythical tiles, and you'll get a notification for enchanted tiles. All right, here's the Shrine Keeper leaderboard. I'm in the bottom. I'm pretty new. Uh, so I got some catching up to do. And the people I play with are super amazing. They help me grow in this game. So here's the shrine. This is how you increase the server growth rate. So this is a buff that goes server across and has different tiers of, I guess, lit or devotion. I'm going to throw in this acorn and we go up to blazing. As you can see, the growth rate has increased and the harvest rate has increased. So this can go all the way to, I'm going to use some of my cell fruit just to show an example. So this can go all the way to 5x growth, 4x harvest. There's also this fountain that operates on what are called time potions. And so you can choose to either boost your own forest, and I'll just go to my forest and show that quickly. And you get kind of this like misty kind of smoke running through it, or you can boost the server. So the server, throw it in the spirit well. If you apply to your own forest, it's 2x time increase for 1 minute, which is 1 hour in game time. If If you throw it in the spirit well, it's a 5x time increase for 2 minutes when you get 5 in the actual fountain, and that's server wide. So you want to find people who are contributing to the fountain, and then you can all contribute together. You get these time potions by going over to the witch's cottage and buying time potions, and she can be very stingy. So you want to aggressively buy potions every time you see a potion up, and you have inventory space to buy one. Get one. Large clouds are really good. Uh, Maybe I can go through those real quickly. Oh, illustrious cheese. Gotta go buy one of those. See, this is it, right? Like when you get notifications for certain things that you want, you gotta hop on top of it because it's only gonna be in the store for a couple minutes. Like, look, 3 minutes already, and yeah, these are probably one of the best trees in the game for the cost and what value they produce. They're definitely like the meta. If you look around, you can see like my friend here has all illustrious trees down here. I can go visit them. Oh, they got their fun forest up. But that's another player that usually has all illustrious trees as their moneymaker. So yeah, buying potions, and I'll show you what happens now. So basically, you throw 5 potions in, and then I'll show you the spectacle. Woo! Isn't that exciting? Look at that. So now this fountain is activated for an entire 2 minutes, where you get 5x growth and 5x harvest. So that stacks with the mother tree, and look, overflowing is a little hard to maintain. You got to really be on top of it. As you can see, this ticks down, and the overflowing ticks down even faster. Oh, that didn't bring me up enough. See? Oh, do I want to use YouTube coins? You know what? For the sake of you viewers, absolutely. Overflowing. Yeah. So this ticks down. You'll notice this ticks down quite fast. Uh, hmm, Maybe a watch pot never boils. There we go. I had put a lot in, so I guess it must have overflowed, like it says. So yeah, as you can see, that ticks down quite fast. I think you get like a minute. So you really want to make sure if you're on the higher end level that if you see that the shrine is on a high level and you got the potions, it's a good opportunity to stack the time surge with the uh, shrine. But for new players, mid players, like until you have like probably a row of illustrious trees, I wouldn't worry about maintaining this fire, because that the mechanic is kind of designed to be for like the later game. This is the pet shop. It's coming soon. I'm gonna have some content coming up about that. It's really exciting. So stay tuned. I'll be talking about this really soon and revealing some things. All right, and so here's the hardware store. This is Woody. So he sells decorations. Decorations occupy a tile, and you can't occupy a space with a decoration and a tree at the same time. So this is purely aesthetic. As you can see, water lilies, fountains, waterfalls, some really pretty stuff. I really like this star shard lamppost. I'm, but I just never keep on top of it. These are really important, and they're really expensive. So when you get kind of in the mid game and you're like moving stuff around and you're like, oh, I got so many of these low level trees and now I got to plant these high level trees, you can actually keep your trees by using a spade and moving a tree. Um, so as you can see, you can just pick up a tree. I'm not gonna pick up one of my trees now because, and then you go into build mode and your trees will be over here. And as you can see, I got a bunch of mythicals, bunch of CN trees, and a lot of enchanted trees that I had a lot of crystal tulips, but now I'm using illustrious trees. So these, but I wanted to keep them for something because they are expensive and they are good producers. Okay, so I think I went through everything in the store, all the stores. Here's some Robux things you can buy, like certain packs, the time boosts. I wouldn't recommend buying time boosts or tile boosts because like the store will refresh. Some of the starter packs are nice. Um, and I have VIP as well. Here's just like the leaderboards, and then they have a server leaderboard. Look at me, see on the bottom. I got these friends are carrying me. Top Roblox spenders, and most love plots. So you can actually like people's plots, and this shows playtime. So you like people's plots by their name right there. View forest panel, and from here you can pick the slots, but you can also like a forest. I'll go see if I might already like Sadie's, and if I don't, I'm gonna be a little embarrassed. Oh, I didn't. All right, now I do, and she has 10 likes now. So yeah, it's good to kind of like boost up people's stuff, you know. There's also quests. As you can see, I have a bunch completed here, dailies, weeklies, and then there's this like ongoing quest. We have to climb on top of the mother tree. There's lots of content available if you want to find out how to do that. I'll just claim some of this stuff just to get it. Ooh, 3 time potions is nice. And it's gonna tell me to run around and get these orbs quickly. I don't normally do it because it's such a low reward. But I also have ADHD, so I'm like, wee, orbs. All right, that's it for my video. I hope this was helpful for new players. Uh, if you want to see more content like this, if you want me to go deep dives into like theory crafting about like fruit weight and what's like the best to for each fruit to submit to the shrine, or what's the threshold in which you should probably sell instead, I can get into that. I'm developing a strategy guide, so I have lots of tips and tricks. Follow, like, subscribe, as they say, if you want to receive more. Thank you. All right, bye.